Let's look. Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, D Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, August 24th. Catch this show live on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Make sure to hit up that Twitch handle at dfrizzy_frizz5 for all the live content. And if you only catch part of the show today and watch the whole thing on podcast, Apple, Spotify, all those good places, just search Frizz and the Grizz. And last but not least, socials are blowing up. Check out that TikTok at Frizz and the Grizz. Great show for you today. We're talking football. We're going to milk as much NFL action as we can before the season starts because we're tired of everything else. Tired of this, Grandpa. We got a couple fun segments. I don't know how it's going to go, but one of them we're going to recap kind of things that happened last year and see which one's more likely to reoccur. Got Browns quarterback battle stuff. It's over. It's over. And finally, I'm going to put a gun to D's head, figuratively, not literally, and make him make a decision. So it's going to be fun. But first, D, what it do, man?
Yeah, figuratively, not literally. Happy Monday, man. Happy Monday. It's so strange that there's a lot of sports drama, and then you get to the NFL season, and then there's just so much drama, just day after day after day. There's something new, whether it's college athletes going to the NFL, then coming back and being eligible for college. You got drama in Cleveland. We got issues in Minnesota. There's more drama, I feel like, in the NFL than any other sport. People want to create it in the NBA, but I think people try to create it in the NBA. It just happens to happen in the NFL. It's just part of every season. You can't get through an off season without there being some random stuff going on.
Maybe at the NBA, it's more the big names, right?
True.
NFL, there's always shit going on. I'm excited, man. I'm just glad it's back. By the way,
Very
I'm trying to get into soccer more. I became a Benfica fan, and
Okay.
it is I've had to jump through hoops trying to watch.
I was gonna say that's a 1 a.m. matchup to watch.
They play at 3 p.m. afternoon, which is perfect.
Okay.
But I feel for people who have to deal with the streaming and stuff like that. It's getting worse in America, and I'm getting a little nervous now.
Yeah.
But what I mean by it's worse in America because we're seeing the NFL get carved up into here's NBC games, ESPN games. You got to get Peacock Plus. You gotta hell yeah, you got to get Netflix and stuff like that. And I'm trying to watch Benfica, right? I'm gonna tell you this, man. So I've been putting a lot of heart and effort into watching Benfica and becoming a fan. I sat there last Thursday, could not find the game anywhere. I even tried to use the illegal streaming site to find it. Wasn't there. I listened to a radio broadcast from Lisbon in Portuguese to follow the game. It was amazing.
I mean, I feel like that's giving you credit for becoming a fan, though. If you're gonna commit 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I've listened to Saints games, Saints radio calls, while mowing the lawn. It's not the same as watching a game by any means. So I get what you did to try to get in on that game. So kudos to you for that one. It's not easy. It's not easy picking up a new team by any means and getting a schedule to fit where you can actually listen or watch whenever they play. It's not easy to just switch up like that.
No, it's not, man. Are you doing good? Everything good with you?
Good over here, man. Obviously, I'm excited because both the NFL being back, and as you can see here with the purple behind me, LSU is still in the limelight for being a top 10 team, but taking on NFL players. I love it. If there's
give the recap of what happened, because I don't think everyone knows what happened.
Yeah, I'll try to put a cap on that one, but yeah, you want me to do that right now?
Yeah, since we're here.
All right, let me see if I can find the exact. No, it wasn't, but let me see if I can find, because I'm not going to get the names right. Essentially, we have a college athlete that was at the University of Ole Miss. He was under Coach Lane Kiffin, which everything follows Lane Kiffin when it comes to scandals. It just does. It really is. But what happened was he declared for the draft. He became a Cleveland Brown. And then right now he was waived, essentially, put on waivers. I got to get the guy's name. I'm sure I'll find it here. But the guy was waived. And because of some loophole that is in college sports that nobody knew until August 12th, 2026, when this guy brought it up, like now he's potentially going back into college football. There was a rule that would disallow in-conference transfers. Like you couldn't go from Ole Miss to LSU directly, but because he's technically going from Ole Miss to the NFL, he could go to LSU because the middleman was the NFL and the Cleveland Browns. But again, this is just Lane Kiffin moving pieces to do whatever he can to win.
By the way, I'm going to get off track, but there's a similar story in professional basketball. You remember Mario Hrzanigova?
No, not that name.
Top 5 draft pick by the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
He flamed out of the NBA. He was playing over in Europe, and I guess a Greek club offered him big bucks, but he was under contract, could not get out of the contract. The Cavs signed him and then waived him immediately afterwards to clean the contract off. So like when you go from Europe to the NBA, you can get your contract erased.
Okay.
And now he's going back to Greece to take the bigger contract in Greece.
Like the amount of movement. The guy's name that I was trying to find for you, it's Daquan Wright. And he's like a wide receiver, tight end-ish. But yeah, he's an NFL player. He didn't get to play in like preseason games. He was recovering from an injury. But there's so much going on behind scenes with this one. And it's just opening the doors for people to be like, well, let me see what I can do.
I didn't know that angle. Thank you for enlightening me on that. All right. Let's actually talk some professional football now, shall we? D, the nasty man's back, baby.
Is he?
Deshaun Watson, starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I know it was like the only noteworthy NFL news of the day that I wanted to touch on, which means Shedeur Sanders, your boy, legendary, is the backup there. I will say this. I think the Browns know that both quarterbacks are complete dog shit at this point. No, I know listen, Shedeur's better. Okay, I'm going to say that. But it gives them the opportunity to at least trot out Deshaun Watson and bench him after 4 games to put in your boy Shedeur. I don't think this is like, hey, we got our guy sort of move. But you can't go from bench Shedeur, and then go to Watson. That doesn't make any sense. I think they feel like none of these guys are going to win us games. Throw out the old veteran first, prove that he sucks, and then get him on out of there. But you think there might be something else there?
There's another angle, which this isn't even no matter what we say, I say we as in like Shedeur Sanders fans, it's going to come off as like people that are defending him, right? So hear me out and follow what goes this. The right move for the Cleveland Browns is to start Deshaun Watson. Because in the event, listen, do I think it's what I want? No. But the right move is this team, the ownership for the Browns, you can see if I get the guy's name, Jimmy Haslam.
Oh, good old Jimmy. Yeah.
That group, they don't care about the 2026 season. Every piece, every move has been for them to get worse for what next year? One of the deepest quarterback classes in college football. So you're trying to do moves. They got rid of Myles Garrett. That's the writings on the wall for them to get rid of their high ticket player. Then you have a guy that goes out there and says, why would I want to play for a fan base that wants me injured? Why do I want to play for them? You know what? Let's make him the starter. So like the moves that they're making are to let people know, like, we're not in this to win. And I'm not even saying that Shedeur Sanders is like the guy that's going to make them start 4-0. No, by no means. I still think he is the better quarterback, but the better quarterback will what? Potentially win games. What do they want to do this season? Lose games. There's no way you can tell me that this ownership group isn't trying to move pieces for them to find a way to be a top 3, top 2 drafting team next season so they can get their guy, which has been put to play. Like, it's been on record saying the Haslam the Haslam family is best friends with the Manning family. Like, they are strategically doing everything they can to be in the running for Arch Manning next season. And like, that's not the defendist of Shedeur. Like, everybody's like, oh, he just sucks. You cannot tell me if you actually watched the Browns preseason game games that Shador Sanders sucks compared to what's on their team with Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson. He is head over heels better than both of them. I'm not saying that he's a all pro, but he's better than
He's
them.
a Pro Bowler. Put some respect on that name.
I'm saying that he is the better quarterback, but they don't want the better quarterback out there. They want the quarterback that's going to get them losses. It's plain and simple.
That's fair. It's crazy that like 2 days after the fans booed Deshaun, he basically told them to go kick rocks. They made him the starter.
And they were like, you know what? Let's make him the starting quarterback. Like, and again, this is again, you look at pieces. This is not a normal way to start the season, but he's talking shit about the fan base. What's the first 2 games of the season? Away games. So they don't got to deal with it. They go on the road to Jacksonville, then they go on the road to Tampa. They'll probably get beat by the Panthers. And then the game that I said, to me, if this gets revisited, it's against the Jets when they're 0-4. You said 4 weeks. It's literally game 5 when they're on the road against the Jets. They'll probably have a 0-0 game in the third quarter and be like, enough is enough. We got to start Deshaun. He goes in halfway through the game, and then he gets his ass whooped against Baltimore, and they go, hey, we tried it. We tried to. And now they have an out. They have an out of going 0-4, throwing in Shador against a bad team. They make him the starter, and then he gets his ass whooped by Baltimore, and they go, so, hey, look, he's not the answer. And now they're saying, well, we're just going to get ready for it. Like, it's not, they're not slick, dog. They're not slick. This is so simple to look at and be like, watch. Just if I could bet what was going to happen when Shador starts, it would be halfway through the Jets game. They anoint him the starter for Baltimore, and then Baltimore whoops their ass 70-5. And they go, oh, look, we tried to make him the starter.
3 things. All right. Number 1, how much Brown's TikTok and Instagram have you been on? Because you get stuck down those rabbit holes, D. You know you get stuck down those rabbit holes.
I'm not this year, though. It's not as bad.
Okay,
although there are people from the little bit, not as much as last year, but there are people that I have listened to that have said this is the dumbest decision because they know that Shador is the better quarterback.
I would say I gotta get you the tinfoil hat, but I'm honestly, dude, I'm following the logic. I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. Number 2, right? A comment. It's wild that you say the Manning family is conspiring with the Haslam's because, like, I don't know about you. I remember the history of the Manning's family, and there was a certain Eli Manning who was like, I am playing for that bum franchise in the Chargers, and he went to New York. And now you have, listen, there's only so many NFL franchises, so it's great to have an NFL franchise in your city, but, like, if you want to have a bum franchises, the Cleveland Browns is a place you don't want to go.
Yeah, but who said that? Who thought that the Chargers were a worse team than New York in 2003? The San Diego, California, over New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference in NFL playing wise. One of them had LaDainian Tomlinson. The other one had Brandon Jacobs. Who would you choose? And he chose right, and they won 2 Super Bowls. But I'm saying, like, you can't go off of that comparison because, like, the Browns, it's such a strange concept. Finish what you had to say, though.
Third one. I heard this on the Simmons podcast, and I loved it. So we had the tank for Tua years, right? Remember when Tua was like the big thing? We got tank for Tua. It was very alliterative rhyming. I heard a suggestion for the phrase for Arch Manning. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It was Arch Badness. What do you think?
I mean, it makes sense.
It's not my idea, but like,
it makes sense. It's what's going to happen. And there's many quarterbacks in the upcoming draft class that, like, the Browns could just fall into one. But yes, everybody's going to be making their way down south for looking at Arch Manning, and the Browns will be the head of the table.
Let's stop talking about this poverty franchise and have some fun. All right. So I came up with this segment called NFL Deja Vu. And the idea is I'm going to bring up 2 things that happened last year, 2 scenarios, and you're going to tell me which one is more likely to reoccur this year. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen if you say it's going to, you pick one, but it's like which one of the 2 scenarios is more likely. And if you're in the chat, feel free to throw out your suggestions of what your pick would be and why D is wrong, because I love any comments that say that D is wrong. So are you ready for the first one?
Let's get it.
All right. So the first NFL deja vu question for you: more likely to repeat, the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, or Drake May finishes top 5 in MVP voting?
Oh, this is a no-brainer. This is the Seahawks returning as a back-to-back champ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
So I don't know if you know how good Seattle actually is. Like, I don't think they're losing. They lost anybody from their roster, returning the vast majority of their team. They have an even better offensive coordinator for Sam Darnold because I know they lost theirs. But the defense is off to a good start. I mean, I don't know if you watched the last night's game. Their backups whooped the starters of the Tennessee Titans, and that's not to say the Titans are that much better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the Titans are like an all-world team, but the Seahawks backups whooped their ass last night. And then they found. I mean, I know it was again preseason, but what has Seattle always done? They find a way to get a running back. We don't know where or how. And Jadarian Price took off for 75 last night. And it's like, you think that just because Ken Walker's gone, we got to worry about the bum knee Charbonnet. And they're like, no. This dude, Jadarian Price, got wheels up against the Tennessee Titans starting defensive like team, not backups. Like Tennessee was out there to try to prove that, like, all right, we got to get ready for the regular season. They had Simmons out there. They had their starting line, DBs, and the Seahawks just gut right up the middle, cool little power, 75-yard touchdown. So it's like this team is not going to miss a beat. Nothing against Drake May. I just think that the AFC this season will be much stronger for you to think that he's going to go for like 30 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I don't think it's going to be that type of season. I think they're going to rely on him too much, and he's not going to have the same type of season that he had last year.
All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate on you.
You have to. You can't agree with me. Yeah.
Both are very difficult. I think maybe the Drake May top 5 MVP finish is more likely. And I'm saying this because with the Seahawks, you've outlined the case that they're a very good team. They won the Super Bowl. They're returning a lot of their players. They have to go through a lot of tough teams to actually get to the Super Bowl, particularly within their own division, right? The road to winning a Super Bowl typically is winning your division, having home field advantage. If you do not finish first in your division, you're playing 3 games on the road, which is very difficult in the playoffs. So you're saying they have to beat out, first, you're guaranteed you have to beat out the Rams and the Seahawks, the Rams and the 49ers to win that division. And then even if they get through that and win that division, like we're expecting the Eagles to be better this year. They have a very talented roster.
Mm-hmm.
The NFC North has 4 teams that we really like. Like it's not a cupcake walk to get to the Super Bowl. And there is a thing like a Super Bowl hangover, right? Like it takes a lot out of a team to play 4 extra games. On the flip side with Drake May, right? Yes, top 5 MVP finish, easy schedule last year. Great, love it. They just added AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs. Like they made the receiving room better around him. They added to the offensive line. He should have more talent to work with this year. Do I think the Patriots will finish with 12 wins? Absolutely not. But could Drake May still put up extremely good numbers? Yes. Like, I think it's very likely that Drake May still finishes as a top whatever quarterback in the league and could be 5th in MVP voting, whereas the Seahawks have a very difficult path to get back to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to rip these off real quick, and you tell me who you're taking, okay? And I'll mark down for which ones you do. Because in order for you to win MVP, you have to win signature matchups, right? You have to win games that make people go, oh, yes, he is. You can't beat the Cleveland Browns by 70. Okay, well, here we go. You taking Drake May or Trevor Lawrence?
Drake May.
Drake May or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
So you got to put 2 there.
But they'll flip. They'll go 50-50 in those matchups.
Drake May or Caleb Williams?
Drake May.
Drake May or Jordan Love?
Drake May.
Drake May or what's the Goldilocks kid from
Drake May?
From LA. That's a lie. Okay, we're here.
Herbert?
Drake May. Yeah, Herbert. Drake May or Jared Goff?
Drake May. Yeah, don't even bother, bro.
Drake May or Patrick Mahomes?
How's Patrick looking this year?
Just telling you, Drake May or Patrick Mahomes?
Is it vintage Patrick, or is it we
Just
don't
answer
know?
the question. Answer the question.
I'm gonna be a contrarian. Drake May.
Drake May or Bo Nix?
let's just go to the next one.
No, I want to hear you say it.
Drake May, are you serious?
Okay, so in this season, you are saying that they are going to play they're going to play. I didn't talk about the Steelers, but you're going to play the Bills twice, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Broncos. And you're saying that that Drake May is going to outperform 6 out of 7 of those quarterbacks.
Yes.
That's a goddamn lie. Absolutely not. There's no way, because you're not just talking about the quarterback, you're talking about the team too. Like, you're saying that Drake May is going to have a better season basically than all of those quarterbacks. That's insane.
Let me say this. Drake May's ceiling is higher than a lot of those quarterbacks.
I can agree with you on that.
Some insane stats and look great on national TV.
You can also have a game where he throws for 100 yards.
By the way, if the comparison was Drake May or Patrick Mahomes, who's going to show up and show out bigger? Drake fucking May. Because at this point, Patrick Mahomes is take your medicine, to eat your broccoli. I'm going to get a win. It's not going to look great. It's not going to put up numbers. Don't draft me in fantasy. Drake May's that dude. End of story.
All right, man. I guess if that's what you're saying.
I came in tentatively to this one, and now you just got me fired up. I'm going to get a Drake May.
I mean, my goodness, you got high hopes for Drake May, man. That one season is insane. The high horse that some people are on for him right now. I'm not against it, but like, my goodness, for you to say that he's going to outperform and beat, because you can't outperform and lose. You have to outperform and beat all of those teams that you just named.
I'll pull out a fun one next. I switched the order. Here's an NFL deja vu, more likely to repeat for you. The NFC South will have no 9-win teams, or the NFC North will have no 9-loss teams. And just to kind of give you the context, NFC South is like the Bucks, Panthers, Saints, Falcons. NFC North is the Packers, Bears, Vikings, and Lions.
Gotcha. I am going to say more likely because it's the conference that nobody repeats. The NFC South won't have another 9-win team. Yeah. And this is like, again, I think I took the over with the Saints this year just because I want to. But I think it's more likely for that conference, like, every year always has a struggle team. And then there's the team that just randomly wins games they're not supposed to. And then there's the team that won last year that falls off. So expect the Panthers to fall off. Expect the Saints to win 3 more games than they did, and that puts them at 8? And then you have the Bucks that are somewhere in between. Nobody cares about the Falcons. So yes, I see every one of those teams splitting 1-1 against each other. Somebody miraculously is 8-9, is 17 games, right? I think they would finish 8-9, and then they happen to limp into the playoffs and host a playoff home game, which is insane because of that. But I don't think the Lions have a fall off year like they did. I don't think that the Bears are going to win as many games as they did last year, but 9 losses is a lot. And then you still have the Packers, who traditionally are good. The Vikings could be the toss-up. But again, I think you're more likely to have a team in the NFC South not win 9 games than you do have a team in the NFC North lose 9 games.
I feel like I worded this question wrong, because the way I viewed it and the way I wanted to answer it, I don't think I can answer it correctly. I think it's more likely the NFC South will have a 9-win team than the NFC North will have no 9-loss teams.
Gotcha.
I think that's how I wanted to phrase it. I think I phrased it wrong.
Okay.
But I think there's more chances that one of those garbage teams that we support
it's so bad
9 wins, probably the Bucks, because they had a ton of injuries last year that really derailed them. And that NFC North is very, very good. Like, every team is excellent. I think the one team I marked as like could be that 9-loss team. Could have 9 losses would be the Vikings. And I just say that because while we love the defense, if the Kyler Murray thing doesn't work out, it's going to be bad.
I was doing math, so it's happened twice in the last 6 years. The NFC South, no team has reached 9 wins. It's happened twice in the last 6 years.
I guess history would be on your side then.
It's just a notoriously bad conference.
Yeah.
But what does typically happen is if it is bad, one of the teams can usually boost up. So like that's where it's like the random like the you do
Falcons would
happen
be
to
that
win.
bad team.
Yeah, it's so strange, but yeah, it's really hard to lose 9 games. And I think the Vikings would be the team that is on the cusp of that, but I still think that it's going to be more likely of an NFC South team just not getting that. Yeah,
Fair enough.
unfortunately.
All right. Here's the next one for you. What's more likely to happen, D? The Cowboys repeat as a top 5 offense, or the Eagles win the NFC East? There's some layers to this now.
There is. Yeah, I don't want to just go off the cusp and just say, oh, it's A.
Can I give my case first? Then
Yeah. I mean, I know what I'm going to go with, but I'm listening.
I'm going to go with, I think it's more likely the Eagles win the NFC East than the Cowboys finish as a top 5 offense. It's a little bit of reverse engineering on the logic here, right? Just first, give the flowers to the Eagles, right? They have an excellent roster. Their defense is stacked with talent. And offensively, yes, there's A.J. Brown, but like that run game should still be potent with Saquon. And like if we could just get a little more out of Jalen Hurts, we're humming here to like 10, 11 wins pretty easy. Cowboys, it's not a slight to say I don't think they're going to be a top 5 offense, right? Because to be a top 5 offense, if you look at the teams that finished in the top 5 offense last year, it was the Rams, Patriots, Seahawks, Bills, and then close to the Cowboys, you had teams like the Colts, the Bears, the Bengals, right? Some of those teams had such potent offenses because they just had to. And I do think the Cowboys defense is a little better this year, which means they might be tempted to run the ball a little more, right? Not be as aggressive. I need to score 30 points every game. So I think because the Cowboys defense will be a little bit better this year, they won't be forced to air the ball out as much. They might be able to run clock and try to be slightly more game management.
Before I give my answer, when you say a top 5 offense, are we ranking this as points per game or offensive yardage?
I did it by
There's a big difference between the two.
You know, I know points per game they were number 2. Yardage they were 2, and points per game they're 7. So I kind of split the difference and just said top 5. So we'll go with the yardage.
The only reason why I would say, I mean, I like the Eagles winning the NFC East, but it doesn't matter how well you get your defense against the Cowboys. I mean, playing for the Cowboys, they are what people want to dub the greatest show on turf. Like that's part of the mystique of being the Dallas Cowboys is every year their job is to be the best potent offense, like dating back to the Romo days, before the Romo days, whoever the hell they could bring out there. And then you look back at the Troy Aikman days, like the gold star, the Dallas star standard is essentially to put out an incredible offense. So I hear you with the Eagles. I think that is a not a bad choice. I just look at it as if we're talking yardage, they play primetime games for a reason. They take shots deep for a reason. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are explosive. Javonte Williams isn't a slouch. You know what I'm saying? Ferguson is a really good tight end. Like their team is built to put up not even just points, because Aubrey can kick from 65, but like they're built to just put up yards. It doesn't always tend to turn into a win, but just know that like Dak's throwing for 300, Javonte's rushing between 75 and 115, and your 2 receivers are getting between 80 and 100 every game. I think that's a solid way of me saying I think that would more likely happen is them finish as a top 5 offense.
So if you think the Cowboys will more likely finish as a top 5 offense and the Eagles win the NFC East, that would make me believe you don't think the Eagles are a strong favorite to win the NFC East. So which team could then dethrone them? Would you say the Cowboys could dethrone the Eagles this year? Because to me, I look at this, I'm like, Eagles are locked to win this division. I would think they're pretty heavily locked to win this division. But by your logic, you'd have to then say Team X has a good shot at taking them out.
The Cowboys have a good shot. It's yeah, and it's not. You know how much I hate. I can't stand the Cowboys. Can't stand Notre Dame. Like I'm not trying to give them their flowers. On paper, the team is fucking nasty. Like we can't not say that they are. I've been cursing a lot the last couple of weeks, but on paper, the team is really, really good. Coaching is always a problem. Finishing games is always a problem. If they figure out a way to do both and have the defense go from, you don't have to be a top, you don't have to go from ranked 28th to 5th for this team. when your offense is that good, you just got to go from 28th to 15th. Just be middle of the pack. And if you do that, I like Philly's controlling of games. You're the variance guy. The run that they went on the previous year, they won close games and led them to the Super Bowl. Last year, they couldn't win those close games. They ended up not going to the Super Bowl. So what year is it going to be this year where I trust the Eagles with controlling the rock? I trust the Cowboys with knowing they're going to put up yards. That's just part of the way that they play.
I almost feel like the best thing for the Eagles long term would be to have a bad year, finish with like 8 or 9 wins, and just
can't do that
and get rid of Sirianni. Like
he is a problem. He like I know we don't want to talk about that, but like he is an actual problem.
That team is so good at masks how much of a doofus he is.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it started with his first interview when he was crying. That weird tear, like.
I guess I don't know if this is true or not. I heard of this rumor on one of the podcasts, but like he was asking Chat GPT to kind of like find ways to help him connect with the players. You know, asking Chat GPT for help with connecting with the players. So that's gonna go well.
Look, I am all for the usage of AI technology. You just can't get caught using it for certain things. Like you can't allow somebody to see, even if it's something simple, that you typed in how to cook a steak. Because now every time I come to your house, I'm gonna be like,
I eat that steak, bro.
Do you know? Yeah, do you actually know how to cook this? Like, are we sure? We good? We straight? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not against it.
Talk to human beings.
That's what I'm saying. So like if he's using it for like, hey, how do I connect with my team? Then as an ownership, I'm like, do you know how to connect with your team? Because like if you can't, my brother, we can't keep you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can use it. That's fine. If you want, I use it my day to day. So like it's just part of it. But like if like I don't want to say that people watching, but like if my bosses were like, Darian, do you actually know how to construct an email? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yes, I can. And here's how, like, here's what it was. Now it just looks better. You know what I'm saying? Like they would question it. So like as an ownership group, if you get caught with like, they see your search history is like, oh man, how do we defend the left edge? Like they're going to be like, hey, Sirianni, what do you mean you're typing in searches for how to defend the left edge? Like, what are you doing? So like, again, use it to your discretion, but like you can't get caught. Like you can't allow people to find out what you're searching.
No, I that's a real thing, man. That's a real thing. Last one, most likely to repeat. Ready?
Yep.
More likely to repeat. The Bengals missed the playoffs or the Chiefs missed the playoffs? This is a tough one, man.
I'm glad this is the last one because this is a good one.
So just some factors, right? Like the Bengals missed the playoffs the past couple, I think maybe the past 3 years. A lot of it you can tie it back to Joe Burrow getting hurt. Questions around like, did they shore up that line? Is he re-injury risk? Defense has been horrible, so it was like, hey, we need Joe Burrow there. Defense, in theory, on paper, a little better this year. Chiefs, we know the story here. Like that's a great team. 2 years ago, they were, teetering, winning every one score game, and then last year it went the other way in 1 score games. And then Patrick gets hurt. He's coming back off of ACL injury, so like I don't know what he's going to look like this year. And like to add a little bit of extra, like we have to also consider who their division is, because you're going to have to either win a wild card or win the division. The Chiefs are in a better division. Like they're both actually very competitive divisions. The Chiefs have to deal with the Chargers and the Broncos. And on the flip side, the Bengals have the Ravens. So yeah, we'll try to filibuster and give you some time to really think this one.
No, I like what they did in the offseason. They got a really good corner, that being Monsoon out of LSU, this being the Chiefs. They didn't address their offensive line. Pat Mahomes is still going to be back there dealing with a not so great offensive line off of a bum knee. They did bring in Ken Walker to help out, obviously. I'm trying. Cyrus Allen's a good receiver.
I think I got you with the final touch on this one. They
Yeah.
brought those guys in. They also brought back Eric Bieniemy, who
Yeah,
to be an
offensive.
offensive play caller, who by the way, like went to a different team, flamed out there, went to college, flamed out twice in college and was unemployed, and now he's back with the Chiefs.
They're gonna say you're crazy for this one, but I honestly think it's more likely for the Chiefs to miss the playoffs on this bounce back year from an ACL injury than it is the Bengals right now. And I could be
That's a
completely
tough
wrong when
one,
we get to
man.
November, but you have to factor in the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Broncos. They're good. They're good enough to beat you. And all you have to do is drop one from each, and you're behind the 8 ball. These aren't the Chiefs from 5 years ago that were sweeping through the AFC, not just their division, the conference. Like you could plague them for 3 losses. Right now, I look at it and go, man, if they don't start right, they could get 3 losses in the first 5 weeks. Like they got to deal with the Broncos, the Colts, and the Seahawks. Like that's not an easy thing to do. And not to say that the Bengals don't have it just as hard on the other side. I believe in 15 and Andy Reid. I will always believe in 15 and Andy Reid. But we have to be realistic with some things. And the path for the Chiefs is much tougher for them to bounce back a year after a torn ACL. Like not just an ACL, like legs shit, like a whole bunch of stuff in the leg was gone. And one of Patrick's best skills is his like fat guy athleticism. Like he's not Lamar Jackson in the back of the field, but like he gets around people, gets away from them. He moves around the pocket. And if he doesn't have that with the offensive line issues not really being addressed, I don't care if you bring back Bieniemy. I don't care if you brought in a running back. You got 2 good receivers. That offensive line changes your entire game. And I just think the Bengals have a better chance to make the playoffs than the Chiefs do.
Do they have 2 good receivers?
Yeah, Xavier Worthy, and then Cyrus Allen isn't bad. They brought in Tyquan Thornton. Like they're not like household names, but they're guys that you look at and go, what did
you missed a receiver.
people Rashee Rice, my bad. They're guys that like you look at the old Patriots teams and go, we don't need a flashy guy, we just need you guys to do the job. And that's like where the team is going right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this more. I think you're right. I think it's more likely the Chiefs miss the playoffs. And I think you nailed a lot of the factors, right? More difficult division, so they're going to have a tougher schedule. I don't trust the offense crazy enough to say even with Patrick Mahomes. You know, we saw last year before he was injured, a lot of
still struggled.
What he did to make the offense effective was running. Like over the past several years, his superpower has been keeping plays alive, running, getting out of the pocket, getting yards himself. And even though you bring in Ken Walker, it's not going to fix the inability to pass the ball. You know, it's not a knock on him. It's like, hey, these receivers aren't stepping up, and he's been put under a lot of pressure to run. And I don't know what it's going to look like with coming off the injury. Like, will he be the same? I'm willing to make these running plays, yes or no. Like, I don't know. And on the flip side, like, yeah, Bengals really only have to compete against the Ravens. They should be better. And a little interesting tidbit about the Bengals I was hearing about camp in the preseason is like historically they've run very little out of the under center, like a less than a 20% rate out of under center. In the first preseason game, they ran like 60%, 55% of their plays under center. So they're really making a point of emphasis, which opens up explosives, right? Because if you were going to play under center, you can do more play action. So like this Bengals offense might look different and more explosive in the future. And the only big variable here is like Joe Burrow. Like if he's healthy for 17 games, like I think it's an easy pick that the Chiefs would be more likely to miss than the Bengals. But if Joe Burrow gets hurt, as he has in the past couple seasons, then well, we know what happens with the Bengals when Burrow gets hurt.
2 points to make. First one is the Chiefs. Second is Bengals. First with the Chiefs is Pat Mahomes was the leading rusher through the time that he was not injured.
Last year, yeah.
That's not good. Like you said, running, his style isn't to sprint down the field. Lamar Jackson is a runner. He can throw, but if he sees an open lane, he's going to take off. Patrick Mahomes isn't like that. He'll take off if it's the last option to do. Second point was, like, I'm going to nerd out right here, but I don't care. You mentioned the Bengals getting under center. You're a fullback / running back. What do offensive linemen hate?
They hate passing the ball, man.
They hate pass blocking, right? What are you doing when you're in shotgun all the time?
Forcing him to pass block.
You're in a 2-point stance, whether it's a dive up the middle or it is a counter or screen, you're in a 2-point stance. When you're under center, them hogs get them 3 fingers in the dirt and they're like, I don't care if it's pass or run. I'm running over the person that's in front of me. Like, I know you have to take a step back. Obviously, you read head up, head down, but you're trying to tell me that these linemen don't puck and then get back? Like, that will protect the quarterback better when you're under center, because naturally, again, nerding out right now, naturally, offensive linemen would rather have their fingers in the ground and explode out of the line versus have to 2-foot stance, take a step back. And even if it is a dive, you're in a 2-point stance and you got to hope you have the explosiveness. It's not easy to run out of the shotgun all the time. So again, I'll take the hit on the football talk 101 with nerding and shit, but like that's a real thing, and I'm glad you noticed that, because this doesn't come across. Well, like that will
your run game's more effective because like you have more looks out of under center. It's kind of, I mean, they tried that with pistol for a while where you could have more dimensions of like angles and stuff and with the running back, but like when you're in true shotgun, it's like, hey, it's probably going to be your running backs will line up to the right.
It's gonna go that way.
Side. Yeah. It's
you can kind of see it.
Yeah. So
I love talking like that though. I could talk all day when we talk formations and stuff.
We should just get really nerdy one day. All right, that was the deja vu segment. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, that last one is not easy.
No,
that was a tough one. Yeah. So good job with that.
This next segment is just a quick hitter for you.
Cool.
So we're gonna play this game, D.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hate this.
I already hate the look of it.
The idea here is if you're being held hostage, D, right? They don't want cash, they don't want jewels, they don't want nothing, man.
They want me to pick a quarterback.
You're being held hostage, and they're saying if you lose this football game, your life is over. So it's a game for your life.
Okay.
And you got to pick a quarterback to start for you in this game for your life. I'm going to give you a list of quarterbacks. Now, the way this works is the quarterbacks you don't pick, it's not like you're going to play against them. Like you're playing against a real NFL team. Pick whatever team. I don't care. Like hypothetical team.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find a quarterback to start for your team to save your life. And I was kind of inspired. We were talking about the Seahawks earlier. I was inspired by the idea of Sam Darnold, like high draft pick, flamed out of New York. He was seeing ghost, right? Journeyman for a while. Then he lands with Minnesota, resurrects a career, still questions. Seattle wins Super Bowl. Like it's a guy who changed his career. So I'm actually going to give you a list of discarded quarterbacks to save your life.
Oh my goodness.
You ready?
Yeah.
So a game to save your life. I need you to pick one of these quarterbacks to save your life. They have to win the football game.
Oh my goodness.
Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Mac Jones, or Daniel Jones.
I was expecting worse. I already know my answer for this one.
Are you going to go with the guy because you just love the guy?
I have to. No. Do you see how he played at the end of last season? And I get it. I'll give you a case for all of them as to why or why not. And then I'll lead off with the person I go, this is my guy. Kyler Murray, no. Reason being, unfortunately, I need my quarterbacks to be able to pass the ball down the field and look past the first option. Kyler Murray is a one-target person and then tries to figure it out and run. I didn't say height. I said one person. He looks at one read and then he runs.
And you better hope to God he wasn't playing Call of Duty all night the day before.
Facts. Or especially there's no update. If there was a release of a game or an update, no chance. Next one, Mac Jones. Not enough out of it. We know
last year.
He looked great in San Francisco, which every quarterback that plays for San Francisco looks great. Doesn't matter what you do. Shanahan will make you look great. So no, I can't go with Mac Jones. I know he's a Pro Bowler, but I can't do that. Danny Dimes, it was a toss-up for. The only reason why is because we saw the regression before the injury of him turning into Daniel Jones, the one that is like, oh, You can't make that throw, or you can't hold on to the ball right there, Jones. Get rid of it. So I gunned to my head in a winner takes all, not a winner takes all, in a situation where I need my guy to perform. Bryce Young, I need to win. Bryce Young, I'm taking, especially with the way that he ended last year for the Panthers, like on a roll, showing that he has it up against the team that is considered one of the best in the league, that being the Rams. Like he shows that he has it, and I would take, out of those four, I'm taking Bryce Young easily.
Okay. I mean, I should have excluded Bryce Young because I knew you were going to go Bryce Young, but I
It's
tried
a
to
homer.
I
see what you're going with that, though.
4 quarterbacks who have been at one point or another written off.
Yeah.
That like could perform in one of the highest pressure moments of your life to save your life in this scenario. And like maybe one of these 4 quarterbacks.
Bryce Young is a Heisman Trophy winner.
I mean, the first 2 years were very rough with Bryce Young, but like you could get Bryce Young of last year, and it would be the right choice. So yeah, it's like which one of these could theoretically be the next Sammy D? Like written off. Bryce Young was not written off to the same capacity where like he's still with his original team. So maybe I should have excluded Bryce in this list. But you get the idea. Yeah, I should have known you were going to Bryce Young. All right, D. That's it. That's all I got for today.
Oh, I thought there was more than one.
No, there's just one. I should have done some more.
Yeah.
You like this game? I'll come back with some more guns.
It's not bad. I thought you were gonna have like different tiers for me to choose from.
No. I just had one.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it doesn't change my answer. I'm still picking Bryce Young over Kyler, Mack, and Danny Dimes. If Jones, if he didn't look so bad, because he was an MVP candidate for like the first 6 weeks last year, and then there was 2 games that we were like, oh, he's reverting back, and then he got hurt in the second one. I'm like, yeah, man. Like my last memory is you back to Danny Jones, not Danny Dimes. We were calling him MVP middle of last year.
Let me ask you this, just out of curiosity. If I removed Bryce Young and Daniel Jones, because I knew you were leading Daniel Jones number 2, and I threw in Tua Tagovailoa, and Jacoby Brissett.
Ew. To win me a game? Oh man. I mean, I guess I have to go Jacoby. I'd have to go Jacoby Brissett because he's
not going to screw you. It's not going to throw a pick 6 to kill you.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose you the game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
he may not. It might be hard as hell to win it, but he did something like this in New England. So maybe you can't use him as an example. He did this. Brady went down. Porn star Jimmy was like, "Oh no, I don't want to play. My finger hurts." And Jacoby Brissett had like a broken arm, and he's like, "I got this, guys." And he went out there and beat the Bills. It's like, wait a minute, did Jacoby Brissett just do that? So like, yeah, I would take the guy that will go out there and fight for his team on a broken arm over. I think it was just his wrist, but I know he was hurt.
Starting quarterback for the Cardinals, by the way. And by the way, you mentioned Jimmy Garoppolo. I haven't thought about that man in like 6 years, and I'm so glad you just threw out the name Jimmy Garoppolo.
It was so hard for me to like remember. You heard me call him porn star Jimmy, but like that's like, what happened to him, man? Like even he played decent in San Francisco. It wasn't bad. Just like anybody that Kyle Shanahan has as a quarterback can be good.
Makes it work.
It's just like, I mean, they just happened to not even luck out, but like money wise, they just happened to luck out that this dude was Mr. Irrelevant. Now Brock Purdy has led them to a Super Bowl multiple times. Crazy.
Well, I'm excited for my closing take. I think I have a good one today. You want to hit up closing takes?
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment. 2 takes.
All right, closing takes. It's a chance for me and D to get off one last take before we get out of here today. It can be topics of the day. It can be anything sports, pop culture, whatever we want to do. You can just talk about your cat if you want to. I don't give a shit. But it's your time to shine. D, I'm going to lead us off today, as usual. I was thinking about greats. Like the other day, I was sitting on the couch watching, I don't even know what I was watching, some sporting event. And I was thinking, like, man, like Tom Brady, Jordan, LeBron, like excellent runs of greatness. But the team sports doesn't really measure up to individual sports in greatness, right? And I was thinking about like, oh man, greatest individual sport athlete. I was like, who can I was thinking, oh man, Tiger, the red shirt and the fist pump. You know, Tiger, like, I was like, man, that dude, I just remember him dominating everything in his prime.
For so
Well, I
long.
looked it up, D. From 1997 to 2008, what do you think his win percentage rate was for the majors?
Percentage?
Yeah.
Oh.
So and when he competed in a major tournament, Tiger Woods, between 97 and 08, what percentage of tournaments did he win? Just a guess.
95.
That's what I thought it would have been. 30%, which is shocking, but that's excellent for golf. And I was like, wow,
Right.
that's surprisingly low.
Yeah.
So I started to think, right? I thought Tiger Woods was the greatest single competitor of all time. 30%. You know who it must be?
Jack.
Serena Williams in her prime.
Oh.
Let me check Serena's stats. Like, she must have dominated, right? So her prime I have from 2002 to 2017. She won 22 out of 51 majors she participated in, giving her a win rate of 43%, so 13% higher than Tiger. Well, that has to be the best. Then I go to Rafael Nadal, because like we're thinking tennis greats, like people who dominated their eras.
Mm-hmm.
Nadal, 08 to 14, 45% of his majors that he competed in, he won. Is that the best?
Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like there's another.
2011, 2023, Novak Djokovic, 23 out of 47 majors, winning 49% of the majors he competed in. Almost half of the majors Djokovic competed in between his prime, he won almost half. Not the best.
Oh my goodness.
You have any
You're
guesses?
down an incredible wormhole right now.
Do you have a guess who I found as the highest successful win rate in majors for an individual sport?
In majors. So
like,
we're
talking
thinking
about, like,
golf.
we're not talking about random tournaments. We're talking about like the most important events on the sporting calendar for their individual sport.
Man, go ahead. I don't even have a guess for this.
2003, 2010, going 16 of 27 in the majors they competed in, winning almost 60% of the time they competed in a major they won. One, Roger Federer.
Oh my goodness.
He won 60% of the majors in his prime. That's unbelievable.
Dominance.
Like, in tennis, to win a major, you have to go through like 7 or 8 rounds and win against the best. If he won half the time, meaning half the time he won 7 rounds in a row, or, 60% of the time, half the rounds in a row to win the championship. Like, tennis is wild. Like, there have been periods of just absolute dominance by a few select players. Really cool sport. That was my closing take. I went down the rabbit hole.
Ugh. I mean, I don't even have one, honestly, for this week. There was a little slower, like, sport week for me on social media. I typically go back and look. So I guess let's
double closing
go
take?
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, if you got it.
Double closing take, because this is my other one. I want to talk about WNBA.
Oh my goodness. How much are we actually going to talk about the WNBA though?
And I want to talk about how we're not talking about the WNBA. I believe this is the greatest WNBA product right now that we've ever seen. There are stars in every team. Every team is competitive. We have some of the most charismatic stars that we followed from college to the professionals. We have a team of the old heads with Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart. We have a young superstar with the fever in Caitlin Clark. We have Asia Wilson, who's just like fucking dominating every single game. But yet, the national media wants to talk about the dumbest shit with the WNBA. And it's a damn shame. And my theory here is bad actors, because for 15 years, right? Like, let's say pre-2020, 2019, 2018, all I heard growing up about the WNBA is it sucks. Like, no one watches these women play basketball. Who would watch these women play basketball? It's a stupid league. They all suck at basketball. But guess what? That argument is completely invalid at this point. We have some of the best basketball we've ever seen in WNBA. And because you can't talk shit about the product on the court, what do? You make the argument about something else. And you make it about the dumbest shit ever. And you have people who don't give two fucks about the WNBA, not talking about what's going on the court, but things that don't matter outside the court.
There's always going to be an argument against the WNBA as it not being entertaining. And it doesn't matter how much you look at somebody like Olivia Miles, who's having an incredible rookie season. You have, like you said, Asia Wilson dropping 30 nightly a couple nights ago.
Didn't mention Paige.
Yeah, well, Paige and I think her running mate actually just got hurt. The chick from UConn, it's tip of the tongue right now, but she also got hurt. Another rookie. But like, if it's not going to create drama, people don't want to watch it. And people would rather, which I never understood this, people would rather talk about Angel Reese being a rebound merchant, but not talk about her triple-double that she had, I think it was like 4 days ago on Saturday. Oh, it was either Saturday or Friday. It's like, why are we not boosting about how much of a dominant 2010 and 10 game that she had off of 0 misses? You know what I'm saying? Like that, because that's not the one that's going to get you clicks, unfortunately. People would rather talk about her getting 10 rebounds off of her own 10 misses, not 20 points off of no misses and 10 rebounds and almost damn near 10 assists. It's a sad, like, if you're not a part of like wanting to grow the league, people want to see it go down. It's never just like, oh, I don't care about it. It's I'd rather see it be a bad league versus me want to promote it to be a good league. And I never will understand that. We don't need to get into the whole Enos, that dude thing, but like that's part of it. Let's draw negative attention towards this league instead of like trying to find a way to say, you know, Alyssa Thompson out in Phoenix is leading the league in assists, or Asia Wilson has 26 a game. Kalia Cooper is also out in Phoenix with 25 a game. Like, we have these dominant players. Is it the Valkyrie? I think the Golden State Valkyrie. They were expansion team. They're the 2 seed right now. Normally that doesn't happen. Like it's such a great product for you to watch on a random Sunday night, but people would be like, if it's not one person, then I don't care about it. Like there are players on the Indiana Fever that are not getting the promotion that they deserve, because if it's not one person, then they don't want to talk about it. It's like, no, there are other good players on the Indiana Fever. It doesn't have to be just Kayla. And I'm not like talking against her. I'm saying there are talented players in this league, but people don't want to get familiar with it. And instead of promoting it or saying, like, instead of just being even keel, be like, it's not something that I watch, people would rather crap on the league. And that to me just doesn't make any sense.
2 problems. Number one, there is a group of people that never want to see it succeed. And then now that it's successful, they want to find any way to derail the conversation away from the success of the players. And number 2, which is probably the worst problem, is that the people in sports media are not equipped to talk about the WNBA the way they talk about the NFL or the NBA. Because, not to name any names, but the Stephen A. Smiths of the world barely watches the NBA, let alone even puts on a TV and has a WNBA on in the background. And they don't know how to talk about the intricacies of the game, but rather they would rather talk about the easy things, the things that get clicks. And it's just a damn shame, because the women of the league deserve better than that.
It'll get there. It'll get there, because year after year, we're going to keep seeing more talented players go from college to the pros. And then you're going to start seeing, you know, Sue Bird, she's an announcer. Diana Taurasi, she's going to become an announcer. Like, all of these older players, it's so weird to say that, but you're going to see the generation that's dominating now become hosts, become reporters. They have some now that are trying to get into that route, but they were like role players. It essentially would be like if, you know, Derek Fisher and Steve Kerr, and I know Steve Kerr was a good announcer, but like those players, those type of players were doing the commentating for post game and pre-game. You'd be like, all right, I guess we kind of get them. But you get Shaq, you get Kenny, you get Chuck, champions. I know he didn't win a championship, he's a Hall of Famer, but you get those guys, now you tune in. You tune in because they were the greatest at their position and won. So when you're Asia Wilson's, right? When you're Sabrina's or Brianna Stewart, when those players get older and they retire and they give back to the game and start talking the game, people will tune in. because now they'll be able to listen to pros that dominated at all levels, high school, college, and the WNBA, and listen in instead of trying to find a third party to talk about the sport.
This was my closing take, but I feel like it was in your honor. Like, that's your jam right there.
I just wanted to, like, I've been staying away touchy-wise with the WNBA because there's a lot of negativity going on around it, and it's like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, just let me load up and watch Seattle I know, Seattle's like one of the lower seeded teams, but like, I don't mind watching Seattle versus New York. Like, I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me. The girls can watch and be like, oh, they playing basketball? Yeah. Females with ponytails playing basketball. You just watch. Like, I don't mind that.
I was making dinner the other night, and I had the WNBA game in the background. I think it was the Fever versus Angel Reese's team.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah. And my daughter comes up, she's like, "You like watching? You like watching the girls basketball?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because they're really good." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And she just said, "Oh, watch with me." So we're growing it little by little. Gotta show some
where it starts, man. That's where it starts. That was actually a good game too. That Fever versus, depending on which one you watch, but one of them was a really good game. I think it went to overtime.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah, it's a good game to watch.
All right, D. Good show today. We did it. We found a way to fill some.
We did it.
Some camp time. Should I give you the sounder real quick?
Oh, good. Go ahead.
This is how I feel about today.
We did it.
He's so corny, man.
Still so corny. I was thinking
he's so corny. Great player, just so corny. All right. Let's get out of here the right way. Hey, for those that were here, whether you were watching on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, my guy Chris, appreciate you guys. More comments, the better it is for us to talk, whatever it is that you want us to talk about.
He's a Jets fan.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he's still a fan. He's still a fan of the game. So if we're talking the NFL, jump in here, man. We got other Jets fans that also talk about them.
They can make misery together. Love it.
Exactly. Misery loves company. If you guys missed us, though, at the beginning of the show, you can catch the recap on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, wherever it is that you find your podcast. Website's usually at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. Visit it whenever you get a chance, but go to the best platform for all of our takes, all of our clips, everything that makes this fun. Go to TikTok, Frizz and the Grizz. Please, as I say, when we are getting up out of here and you can see me on stream, be a friend, say something nice. You never know what it could do for them. Please make sure to take care of y'all mentals. Everybody, please. I know summer's coming down there, but take care of y'all physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all children, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.